What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Bullish Buzz. Today I have another amazing video for you guys, and this is another tier list video upon further request. We got a tier list video on small caps, so that is what we're going to be going over today. These are going to be companies that are all under $100 billion in market cap, and I know those aren't really small caps, but really what we're talking about here is good growing companies that all have some type of speculation to the upside, whether that is within their sector or with their financials or with their chart setup or with popularity, whatever that is. We are picking those names, those Twitter, TikTok heavy names, and we're going to be deciding if they really do have some upside or not, and we're going to be ranking them on an S to D tier list. Now, I don't want to waste any more time. As always, make sure you guys do drop a like and subscribe just to help out the channel. This does take some time to put together and film and edit and push out and do all those crazy things, so it really does help me out. And then also make sure you guys do comment down below what your top stock pick is for 2026. Is it a stock in this video? Did I miss a stock? Should I do another video with a whole nother plethora or sector of stocks? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to new opinions and ideas. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump right into this video. Bang. Now, this tier list is going to work exactly how the last did. We have 26 stocks that we are going to be ranking on an S to D tier list, obviously S being the best and D being the worst. We're going to be ranking these off chart setup, off of financials, off of technical analysis, off popularity, off of sure, gut. So let's get right into it. First, we have TE, and honestly, you guys know I love TE, but when I was making this, I was actually pretty sad thinking about how since it is up over, 200% really from when we originally bought it, it's hard to give this one an S. Of course, I believe it's going to do well, and I'm going to be giving it an A because of that. But overall, I can't give it an S. It's up 200%. If it was still at $3, oh boy, I would have rated this one an S without even thinking. But overall, I do believe that TE is an A right now. Still has some more upside, but after being up so much, it's going to need a pullback. I don't want people chasing this one, so I think it's better just to give this one an A for now and move on. So first one is out of the way. Let's start a groove here. So ASTS, I'm giving this one an A as well. I'm giving this one an A, one, because I believe that there's another company on this list that I personally believe in just a little bit more. Now, I'm willing to be wrong on this, and I've gone back and forth many, many times, but there is another company here that does just a little bit better business overall. But with both of these companies, I do believe that with SpaceX IPOing here soon, we are going to see these companies absolutely explode. I think that this company could have a monster year, even after being up 200% the last 2 years. So overall, ASTS, I'm giving this one an A. Next, we have Oklo. Very, very interesting company. I do want to say this. I believe that Oklo has massive upside. Massive upside potential, not in 2026. I don't. They don't have any revenue. They obviously have really poor EPS because they don't have any revenue, and they're, trying to find their product and whatnot, which is normal. This is, healthy business stuff. But they don't make any money. They don't make any money. There's 0 point or reason to be investing in this company. They make zero dollars. They do not make anything. I believe they're forecasting to make like $8 million next year, and they're a $25 billion company. Don't like it. Oklo's going in D, and we're moving on. So giving Oscar a C as well. I just can't stick around and wait for ACA to get extended. As much as I know that this is a great company, as much as I believe in this company, and maybe I'm being too harsh, we might move this around a little bit. I'm fine to I'll put Oscar in B for now. I'll put Oscar in B for now. Okay. I'm no longer in love with it. Okay. That's what I'll say. I still like it. It's kind of a side piece right now. If we have to pick her back up, we will. But right now, I got ladies, right now. I got, my Nebius, my Hood, my Zeta, my EOS, all, so, yeah, Oscar put on a little bit of weight. She's not as attractive no more, but, treadmill comes around, we could get her back. That's what I'm trying to say there. So, Oscar, I'm going to give it a B until ACA gets extended. If ACA gets extended, boom, A tier, easy. A tier, easy. If they can turn a profit in 2026, S tier, easy. I believe that it's still a great company with huge upside, but I just can't be giving it. I just can't do it right now. So next we have New. New is great. I really looked deeper into the financials when I got to it today, but New is great, man. I really like it. I think it's an A. I do. I think it's honestly, and we'll get to this later, but I think this is as good, if not better than SoFi. I really do. Their financials are crazy. They're bringing in $12 billion this year. They're looking to do $24 billion in 2026 or 2028. I'm sorry. And EPS is just doubling or tripling, I believe. So overall, this is just a banger in my opinion. I think that new is actually a sleeper. And I'm surprised I haven't heard more of it, honestly. Now, this is the company that I was talking about in Rocket Lab, boom, S tier. This is the one that I'm talking about. I do believe that if SpaceX is going to IPO at 1.5 trillion or even 800 billion, whatever they're saying, that Rocket Lab at 40 billion is going to explode. And I'll die on that hill because I truly do believe that. A company being 800 to 1.5 trillion dollars, like you're going to have a number two, and that number two is not going to be sitting at 40 billion dollars, which Rocket Lab currently is. They are going to catch up. It's going to happen. So I'm betting on Rocket Lab here, and I'm going to give this one an S tier. They don't have the best financials. They are up a lot. I'm taking a chance on this one. This is highly speculative, but running with my gut here. So next we have Nebius, and I'm gonna put this one in S as well, actually above or ahead of Rocket Lab because Nebius is great. Not only does the chart setup look good, they're still currently on a dip, down from around $140 at the high down to like $80 right now. I'm looking to get more. Overall, Nebius looks great. I really do believe in Nebius. Once again, we bought that one at $30, sold it at like 107. So overall, Nebius is looking magnificent. But this is a company that is doing, I believe they did $50 million in revenue this year, 50 million, and they're looking to do 16 billion, 16 billion in 2028. So currently they are at a high multiple, but that multiple is going to decline at a fast rate over the next couple of years. A really, really great rate. So I do believe that Nebius is going to be an S tier for me. Next, we're going to have Open Door. I'm going to give Open Door a C. I don't think it's dead. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's a D. I don't think it's a B. I think it's a C. It's a C. They don't turn a profit, but they are making some good revenue. So it's like hard. They're not absolutely trash because they make revenue and a good bit, but they're not good enough to be any higher because they're not turning an EPS. They're not, making a profit on anything, and they're not showing that they're going to get anywhere close. But with their CEO, their new CEO coming in with his pay package and all that kind of stuff, we should see it start to, tick up, in my opinion. But for now, just cannot. I can't give it anything higher than a C. So that's where I'm putting Open Door. Next we have Hims, and you guys know Hims has gotten beaten down, and this might be a little cruel. Hims is a great company. I gotta put it in A. I gotta put it in an A. I can't. I'm not gonna give it an. I'm not gonna give it an S. Although I think he's gonna have a great year. I'm putting Hims in A. Great company, great financials. Gotten beaten down. I believe this is gonna be a company that has another 50 to 100% gain this year. I want to see it pull back to 25, and then it's an S tier for me. But right now, it's still an A. I do believe that's gonna start to turn a profit, but I want to see why it's gotten shot down. I mean, I believe that there's a reason. Are we going to see regulation step in or something? I sold Hims for pretty break even, taking a little bit of a tax loss harvest of about $500. Excuse me, and I was fine with that. Overall, I want to see Hims start to continue to turn that profit, which they're doing. They're doing a great job on the financials. But I want to see them continue to grow. And then once they continue to grow, I believe if we see another great quarter from them, I'm going to have to get back in. I just can't, I'm not going to be able to miss out on it. I think they look so good. I'm very surprised with the sellout that they had this year, and I do not expect that to stick around. Now, next we're gonna have Zeta, and you guys know I'm giving Zeta a Z, Zeta a Z. Yes, I'm giving Zeta a Z, guys. Don't worry. No, I'm giving Zeta an S tier. S tier for Zeta. Zeta is one of my top stock picks for 2026. You're probably looking at my two favorites right here, in Nebius and Zeta. I believe that both of these companies are going to do great things. I believe that Zeta has so much upside with not only, their revenue, EPS, free cash flow all growing at 40% plus rates year over year, but with them being, one of 4 to 5 companies following the 40-40 rule, growing their revenue at 40% and their margin at 40%, which is pretty unheard of. I mean, they are growing so well and so, healthily. I don't healthily. I don't know. Fucking. They're growing with extreme health. That's what I'm saying. They're doing all the right things. They're taking it slow. They're growing at good rates on every single side of the board. They're not just getting a bunch of revenue and losing the EPS. They're doing both in tandem. Okay, free cash flow as well. All of the good things that you want to see in a company Zeta is doing. I believe that they're going to be a great company moving forward. And they're one of my top stock picks for 2026. Now, next, I'm going to have Robinhood. And it's hard to rank Robinhood. I almost want to give it a B just because it's been up so much. But with the way that they're doing stuff, I just can't not give them an A. I mean, I can't. They dropped like 14 different, they had like, I believe 6 different news events this year, keynotes or whatever you want to call them. I believe they had 6 of those this year. Most companies have maybe one, maybe, and they have new products coming out. They have Cortex. They obviously just had their Robinhood holidays, which people, have good things and bad things to say about it. But at the end of the day, everybody got a free $10 at the least. That's really, really nice to give back to your community. We're seeing gold members tick up. We're seeing, transactions move up. Prediction markets are huge. I hate prediction markets. I think it's the dumbest thing ever, but they are a revenue driver and they, it's cash cow. So what am I going to do? Sit around and hate a company that I'm invested in because they're doing the right things? No, it's not for me. I don't use, prediction markets, but they make a damn bag off of it. So I'm a big fan. I'm an advocate for prediction markets, even though I freaking hate it. And I think it's going to kill a lot of people, but, and their finances. But overall, I don't want to ramble too much here. I'm going to give Robinhood an A. I think that they're a great company. I believe that this is going to be $1 trillion company in the future, at least 500 billion. I don't want to say a trillion yet, but I believe that they will be a $500 billion company. Next, we're going to have EOS. I'm also giving EOS an A. I do want to give EOS an S, but they were up 230% this year. I think that they could have a little bit of consolidation before their next leg up. Fuck it. Dude, I'm not a pansy. I'm not a pansy. I'm giving this an S. EOS looks great for 2026. 10xing that revenue, 10xing that EPS, 10xing that free cash flow over the next 3 years is going to drive EOS well over $60 a share, in my opinion, before 2030. I've been in this name since $10. I'm going to continue to add under $20, and I believe that EOS will see some massive upside. In my opinion, I believe that EOS is getting ready to have a move much like Oklo did a few years ago. So overall, I think EOS is going to be an S for me. Next, we have Grab. I'm going to be giving Grab a C. I'm giving Grab a C. I don't know if you guys know, but they're sitting at about $6 right now in price, and they're about $25 billion market cap. That's not a combo that I like to see. If they were at like 2 billion, obviously this would be a no-brainer because they, make a crazy amount of money. But my point being is I don't see much more upside for Grab other than maybe $10. I think where this company will see some upside and will do very well this year. I do believe that it's kind of capped. This is like a high floor, low ceiling stock in my opinion. Okay. And really the same with its, pair right here in Open Door, low floor, high floor, low ceiling. Meaning that's going to cap very quickly and you're not going to get much else. Yes, it might look good on paper, but in my opinion, not much. So I'm giving Grab a C. Next, we have Irene, and I'm going to give Irene a B. I want to give Irene an A, but their EPS doesn't look great. Their revenue is growing, but it is a lot of forward guided revenue, meaning, it's kind of like he said, she said revenue. Like, hey, yeah, I'm due for my money, maybe. So we'll see. But I'm not fully in on Irene right now, especially after we traded it from $10 all the way up to 50. It went all the way up to 80 almost, and then all the way back down to around 35. So, I don't know. It's showing a lot of volatility. I'm not loving the Bitcoin miners. I'm not very bullish on crypto for 2026. I think that crypto will bottom in 2026, but I'm not bullish. I think that the first half of the year we're going to dump with crypto. I think we find the bottom in 2026, and I think we move up from there. But I do not think 2026 is going to be a good year for crypto. I would love to be wrong. I own a bunch of Ethereum, but that's my personal opinion. Next, we have Webull. I'm giving Webull a D. Guys, I put this in here just to make fun of it. Webull is so dog shit. Webull is so dog shit. And yes, I did send out an alert on Webull because the chart setup did look good. And yes, I was wrong. I take 100% responsibility for that. I was wrong. It went against what I had, thought, given that the financials looked pretty good. Or sorry, that the technical analysis looked pretty good on this stock. And then it just looked like crap all of a sudden. But overall, I did alert this. I'll take full responsibility, but this is a horrible company. Everybody's like, oh, this is going to be Robinhood 2.0. Okay, where is their 6 keynotes from this year? Where is there 11 different products that drive over $10 million in revenue per year or more? Oh, there isn't one. Got you. Also, horrible financials in general. I mean, they don't have any revenue. They don't have any EPS. They're not showing any free cash flow. It's horrible. I mean, it's stupid. It's a new company. Of course, they can do better in the future. I don't think this is a dead stock. But right now, Webull is a D. Easy D. Easy D. I would buy Oklo over Webull right now. Point being made. Next, we have Marvel. I don't talk about Marvel enough. Okay, MRVL is a great, great, great stock. I have this like odd feeling where I feel like I need to even out the beats here, but that's a horrible way to do it now? I don't know, man. I'm gonna give Marvel an A. I'm gonna give Marvel an A. I don't care. It's my list. You know, I don't care. Marvel's great. They're great. Their revenue and EPS is growing at an insane rate. Insane rate. They got shafted down after last earnings and they're still working their way back. When the earnings were good, they double beat on earnings, still pushing guidance forward. It's a great company. Really don't get talked about enough. I love Marvel, and I hope to see it more in 2026. Next, we have Bitmine. Bitmine, I'm gonna give a C. I don't love it. I would rather just buy Ethereum personally. I really don't have much to say. It's like I said, I'm not very bullish on Ethereum in 2026. I think that it will bottom. And crypto as a whole, I think will bottom, find a bottom, and move up from there. But right now, I can only give it a C. Not a huge fan. Next, we're gonna have Rivian. I don't like Rivian. Okay, I know this is kind of crazy to throw it in B immediately and say I don't like it. I don't like Rivian, but they are doing good things. They are growing in revenue and free cash flow and EPS and all that kind of stuff. Slowly, too slow for me, I'll say. And also, the automotive business is really just not my thing. Companies historically really don't do that well. You know, really they don't. I don't really have much more to say because it's that easy. They just really don't. So I'm giving Rivian a B. I don't have much else to talk about it. Chart setup looks decent. It's breaking out of a really big wedge. I think it has upside, but I'm not personally interested in it. I got a request on this one, so I'm going to throw it in here. But Rivian's not for me. Good stock, but not for me. Next, we're going to have Rich Tech Robotics. And honestly, guys, call me fucking crazy. I'm giving Rich Tech a B. Call me crazy. I'm giving Rich Tech Robotics a B. 2026 is going to be the year of robotics, in my opinion, man. I really do think so. Because one, we have the government saying we're going to be spending more on robotics in 2026. Boom, I'm bullish. Sweet. Cool. Sounds good, right? Rich Tech Robotics is going to get a little chunk of that. I don't think about the chunk of money. I don't know if they'll get, investments from the government, but I do believe that they will get some of the lagging type, publicity off of this. People know Rich Tech Robotics is a robotics company. Probably if I were to ask half of, TikTok idiots and Twitter idiots and, you know, TikTok gurus too, they would say, and I said, "Hey, what's your favorite robotics company?" It's probably, "Oh, Rich Tech." Like, all right, whatever, bro. But that's my point of, if robotics start to get moving, we're gonna see stupid companies like this see some inflow, and don't be surprised if Rich Tech squeezes, man. I'm telling you, don't be surprised. I know it's a joke, but do not be surprised. Next, we're gonna have Lemonade, and I'm gonna give Lemonade a C. Lemonade's a great company, but with the way that their insurance policies are structured, they're not going to be able to turn as much of an EPS as you'd want to see. I still believe this company has massive upside. I think it's going to do well, but I don't think that once it climbs up into those multiples for an insurance company that isn't going to have great EPS as it is because it's an insurance company, I think overall it's just not personally for me. Now, I would be fine if we put this in B. If we put this at the end of B and at the end of the video, that's fine with me. But right now, it's gonna go in C. Next, we have Rigetti, D tier. If there was an F tier, I'd put it in the F tier. The fact that people are investing in quantum, I think, is so fucking funny. Guys, Rigetti, their CEO, came out and literally said in a keynote, he said this. I keep shaking this. I'm sorry. He literally said this. They don't have a product, and their product that they are working on isn't going to be ready until 10 years from now. He said that they don't expect him to have a product running, as in selling, running and selling this product until 12 years from now. And he doesn't expect to make a profit on these products until 15 years from now. These companies are worth over $20 billion. $20 billion, and Rigetti made $8 million last year. Dude, our Discord almost had more fucking profits than they had revenue last year. Are you kidding me? And they're worth 20 billion? When do I get that check? When do I get that check for 20 billion? I'm due. I'm due. We did 5 million in revenue last year 5 million in team profits for our Discord last year. If this was a true fucking business, bro, I should be getting a $20 billion check, dude. Let's go to fucking Casamego, bro. Let's go to Greece. Come on, everybody jump in a plane. I got a private jet, bro. I got 20 bill right now. Come on. I think it's it's a laughing stock. It's the laughing stock of stocks. I'm telling you. I hate Rigetti. And it's funny because I bought Rigetti at $3, sold it over $30, made almost, more than a 10x return. I think I made 1,400%. But I think it's stupid. I think it's dog shit. Ask me in 10 years. Okay, sweet, maybe. But right now, absolutely not. Next, we have Archer. I've given Archer a C. I think Archer's going to have a good year. I think it's a good stock. But I can't rank it much higher. That's what I got to give it. That's what I got to give it. That's what I got to give it. There's not much to it. I think it's a C. Next, we have UiPath. I think UiPath is a great stock. I'm actually going to put this out. I'm gonna go like this. We'll rearrange a little bit of this, but UiPath is a great B tier stock. I think both of these two, in Irene and UiPath, are great B tier stocks, and Oscar, honestly, if ACA gets extended. If not, otherwise. I believe that UiPath is a great stock. I believe it's going to have a big 2026, but I can't put it any higher than B right now just because we'll have to see if it gets adopted better. We'll have to see if they continue because it's kind of just new. It's just new. It's one of I mean it's a lot of these stocks, but it's new. So we have to see if it can continue to do this quarter over quarter, and after, we can get a few more quarters, then I'll have more confidence. But for now, I can't. Next, we're going to have Big Bear AI, and Big Bear is going in C. Not great financials, nothing crazy, but defense. Actually, we just, may have gotten in a war with Venezuela or something like that today. So, hey, defense could see something could come out of it. We know that they're doing good stuff with AI, so I do believe that they will have something in the future. But overall, I can't rank it higher than a C. Next, we're gonna have SoFi, and honestly, call me crazy. I'm gonna give SoFi a B here. I just don't. I think it's just gonna be too slow. Like I said, new is kind of like a better SoFi in my opinion. They just make so much more money. I understand that SoFi might last longer, if that makes sense. I think SoFi is on more of a steady trajectory, while new is going to kind of, go rampant first and then maybe plateau first as well. I can't rank it much more than a B. I just don't think that it's going to go much more than 40 this year. I think it can see 40 to 60, but I mean, 60 is 100% gain. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We have one more stock to rank. Let's get over this. Bloom Energy, I'm giving this one an A. Bloom Energy is great. I think Bloom Energy is an A. I believe that Energy is going to do amazing things yet again in 2026. And you guys can see I have Bloom Energy, T1 Energy, and EOS Energy all front running up here, doing great because I believe that this is a sector that's going to perform, as well as, robotics right here. I believe that it is going to do numbers in 2026. Now, let's go ahead and take a look and break down what we have here. Let's see if we want to make any changes at all. I'm going to go very happy with the S tier. I think the S tier in this order does look good. Now, I do want to go like this. I think that T1 is low-key a late A tier. I think it's a late A tier. Okay. I really don't know, man. A tier is kind of a jumble. A tier is a jumble. I can't. ASTS through Marvel is really all the same to me. As in, I believe that all of these companies are just going to do well. I'm honestly going to go like this. No, I'm not. What the hell am I talking about? I like this. I think this is a great list. I really do. Nebius, Zeta, Rock Lab, and EOS all front running in the S tier. I believe that that is a great pick right there. I believe that they're all going to do great things, and I believe that they will all outperform the market in 2026. I could easily see all these companies having another 100% return. Rocket Lab is probably the only one that I'm kind of questioning here, but with SpaceX, I'm gonna leave it there. Bloom Energy, ASTS, New Holdings, HIMS, Hood, Marvel, and T1 Energy, I believe, are all still A tier stocks that are going to do very well in 2026 as well. Outperform the market again. I do believe that Bloom Energy, ASTS will do the best out of these. After that, it's kind of a loss. I can't really judge the four of these and change them. I believe that all of these are going to do well. I could see all of these having somewhere around a 50 to 70% return if the market does stay hot. And then rounding out T1 Energy, y'all know this one's goated. I could see this one having the best return on here. I mean, T1 Energy is great. Next, we have UiPath, Irene, SoFi, Oscar, Rivian, and Rich Tech Robotics in the B tier. The only one I don't like is Rich Tech Robotics, but I'm going to leave it there because one, it's my list and you can't tell me what to do. And second of all, 2026 is going to be the year of robotics. I mean, I may be crazy saying that, but I think it is. I think it is. The year of energy, robotics, and rockets. It's my guess. So we'll see. But I like the way this is structured. UiPath, Irene may need to be pushed up to A, but I like the way that they are. C, we have Open, Grab, Bitmine, Lemonade, Archer, and Big Bear. Yeah, perfect. This is the mid-off. This is the mid-off right here. They're not dog shit, but they're not great. Grab really could be a B, but I just don't like it with the market cap. And then D tier, you guys know these are some shitters. Oklo, Weeble, and Rigetti. I truly could see all three of these companies having a great 2026, and that's why they're on the list. I'm bullish on all of these companies for 2026. But overall, these are the weakest. That's what I'm saying. They're not the worst. They're the weak. They're the worst. They're the worst on this list, but they're not the worst company of all time or anything like that. But they are the weakest on this list. That's what I'm getting at. So that's why they're ranked where they are. But overall, this is my list, man. Now, that was my top 26 stocks for 2026 small cap edition tier list. Of course, that is quite the mouthful, but as always, make sure you guys do drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below what your top 26 stocks are for 2026. Yes, you need to comment all 26 stocks. I'm just kidding. But of course, let me know if you guys do agree or disagree with me. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm a cutie patootie or not. And then also click the first link in our description down below or go to our brand new website, which is now live, thebullishbuzz.com. That is a new website that we have now launched for 2026. And you guys can use code 2026 for 26% off your premium membership until January 7th. So do not miss out on that opportunity. Make sure you guys do take advantage of that. And I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.